Good afternoon. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for attending our sixth webinar. Before we let Stine talk about traveling by car, camper, or boat, just let me remind you of a few more things, just quick. First of all, we had a very interesting webinar about traveling to the US in cooperation with the US Embassy. If you have missed it, I can strongly encourage you to watch it. You will have the link via the monthly newsletters. It's a very interesting one, so I really would recommend you to watch it if you haven't seen it before. And just as a reminder, we will go in summer break, so no webinars in July and August. Next one will be September 30th. But please also note that we have on an American workshop on October the 14th. I can tell you that from the part of the exhibitors, there will be more exhibitors than ever before. So please cross that date in your agendas already. For those who will come to Groot Beehaarden, Warboom on October the 14th, it will be very interesting, I can assure you. But now we are here for to learn something more about the way to travel with car camper, question mark. We have a specialist who will make us a lot smarter today. And hereby I'll leave the floor to Stine.
Hello, everybody.
Excuse me, Stine, I forgot something. If you have questions, please ask them via the chat box, and then I will pose them to Stine. I forgot to say that. I'm sorry about that.
No problem. Welcome, everybody. So I'm Stine Bonner, and I'm going to tell you a bit more about our car and camper rental. A bit more about the company. I'm part of Target Travel, and we have Alamo.be and Worldwide Campers. This is the team you see. From left to right, we have Sonia, Esme, Miranda, Fleur, and myself at the end. We have a small team, but big service. We're 24/7 reachable during the day at our office, and after hours for rentals, we are reachable by our emergency phone. We've been specialists in car and camper rental for over 30 years. Very personal service. We always answer by phone or email within, the same day. And we are located in Maarsen in the Netherlands. So as I said, I'll start with a bit more about our car rental, Alamo.be. Why choose Alamo.be? So we rent out worldwide, so all over the world, but we are specialized in the North America. So we offer national and international one-ways, meaning by car you can also rent in Canada, for example, and return in the USA or the other way around. Also, we offer this in other countries, such as Nicaragua. Lots of options, but today I'll tell you more about it later for USA, Canada. We offer our own no risk guarantee. This covers the deductible for the car rental. We have free cancellation up to 48 hours prior to pickup. And we have more than 2,000 rental locations in over 77 countries. We have experienced customer service, Dutch and English. I try a bit of French. I can always help in French, but don't judge me on my qualities in that. And we offer, of course, 15% of agent commission when you apply for a booking. So all our rates include collision damage waiver and theft protection. In case of USA, there's no deductible. So in case of damage, the customer is fully covered. However, there could be damage to the tires, which is the only thing that's not insured. So we do offer our no risk warranty for that. But besides that, there's no deductible. In Canada, there is. And there's an 800 Canadian dollar deductible, so we always advise our no risk warranty in case of damage. Supplemental liability insurance and third party liability is included. And mileage is included, unlimited in USA. In Europe or other countries, this could be different. It could be limited to about 200 kilometers a day, but in the States, it's unlimited. Roadside assistance and personal accident insurance are also included into our rates. Then options that could be added and having to be paid locally are, for example, kilometers, as I said, which is only for Europe. In the States, there is a young driver's fee for customers between 21 and 25 years old. And there could be restrictions for the type of cars that they can drive. So, for example, cars that have more than 5 people are usually not allowed. Premium types, full-size SUVs are not allowed. But we can always advise if you have questions about that. The fee for customers between 21 and 25 is usually $25 a day, which has to be paid locally. Or we offer our Gold Underage package, which I'll tell you a bit more about afterwards. There's one additional driver included in the rate. So if you want a second driver, extra driver, there's charges for this. Obviously, navigation or drop-off cost and other costs such as child seats or fuel options, they are not included and all have to be paid locally. Then a bit more about our no-risk warranty. For $350 a day, we cover the deductible up to an amount of 1,500 euros. As I said before, for the States, it's not really necessary. We only advise for customers that in case they do get a flat tire or they have to get towed, to take our no-risk warranty, because that will cover the charges for this. But if you're looking for a rental other than States, then we could definitely advise our no-risk warranty. We also have the additional no-risk plus, so which brings to a total of 750, which covers the full deductible. For example, Portugal, the deductible could be up to 2,500 euros. This covers it fully. So glass, tires, roof, bottom of the car, everything is included in that. So as I said before, a bit more about the packages we offer for the States. So our standard package is fully inclusive, which has all the insurances and the local taxes. We offer our gold package. In the gold package, there's 3 additional drivers and a free tank of fuel included. If you take the gold underage, there's also 3 additional drivers, but 3 additional underage drivers. So any costs for underage fees are included in this rate, and also a free tank of fuel. A bit more about our worldwide campers. We rent campers worldwide. Again, most rentals will be in the States and in Canada. We have lots of suppliers that we work with, from premium suppliers to basic or budget suppliers. We can always advise what would suit your customers best, what you would advise for them, what they prefer. Do they want a small van just with the bed, or do they want a big luxury camper van with everything included? If you go to our website, Worldwide Campers, we have different rates, but you also see per supplier whether a camper is on request or whether a camper is available. So with most of our suppliers, we have a direct link, meaning that, as you can see for this road bear camper van, we can see directly if it's available and it can be booked in straight away. If a camper van is on request, then we always have to check availability first before we send you the offer. Just a side note, for one-way trips, a camper is always on request. We always have to check availability first. With camper rental, you usually just get the basic price. So items such as mileage, your bed linen, kitchen kits, one-way charges, anything else that comes with it are usually to be added on top of the rental rate. So compared to car rental, it's fairly basic and a lot of extras come on top of that. We always advise our agents when they request a camper van what to pick, if it's easier or cheaper to book an all-inclusive pack, whether to take separate packages, if there's any specials going that we can offer them. Again, our service is very high for them. We are always willing to help with the customized requests. So then worldwide campers and Alamo combined, which is a very good way to travel. I have, for example, a route where you can pick up your car rental, fly to San Francisco, pick up your car rental there, stay in town for a couple of days, drive up and down the Lombard Street, take a few nice pictures and videos. Then take Highway 1 to Los Angeles, all along the coast. Beautiful route to take. Stay there perhaps 1 or 2 days. Then change to the camper rental. And we would advise to go to all the national parks. So you could start, for example, Joshua Tree, or go to the Grand Canyon. You could pick Monument Valley and then drive back again to San Francisco. So your flights are from the same place as where you started. And for the camper van, it's easy to have a one-way route. This is no problem. The fee for dropping off the car between San Francisco and Los Angeles, there's no cost for that. Only for camper, and that would be about $200. So that would weigh up for having more expensive tickets, perhaps flying to San Francisco and returning in Vegas. But all options are open, of course. Yes, the choice between camper van or car rental. Before, when I started this, I would have said maybe that the camper rental would have been cheaper, but it kind of weighs up to each other. So camper rental or car rental doesn't make much difference in the price and the total. It really depends, what do you prefer and what do you want from your trip? Do you want the ultimate freedom with the camper van, go where you want, stay whenever you want to stay, have free camping because there's a generator in the camper van, you can stay wherever you would like. But then again, if you're in the cities, a car gives you a lot more flexibility to drive in those places. But then you're stuck to the hotels where you have to pack in and out. So it really kind of depends what your customer wants, what their wishes are. So to come back at cross borders, crossing borders between USA and Canada or the other way around is allowed. Depending on the route, for example, if you want to pick it up in Toronto and drop it off more south in the States, you might have to drop and change car just over the border, but you are allowed to make this one-way route. With camper vans, unfortunately, it's not allowed. So you're allowed to cross the border, but you will have to return it back into Canada, or the other way around, return it back into the States. So with camper van, you're a bit less flexible if you want to make a one-way route. One ways, however, we provide from many locations. And it's no problem to pick up in one place and return it to the other. For camper, again, as long as it's in the same country. For car rental, this can be done from a lot of different options, usually on request. So I would always advise, if you're looking for a one-way rental between the States and Canada or the other way around, to send us an email to info@alamo.be with the amount of people traveling, what their wishes are, and we will give you a customized offer with the one-way route. So if you have any request, the customer service team, and that's me and my colleagues, are always happy to help. You can always call us during the week from Monday to Saturday, or send us an email to info@alamo.be, because we're always happy to help with any request that you have, or if you cannot find it on our website, please do not hesitate to send us an email. Is there any questions perhaps that I can help with?
So no questions in the chat box. So I think it was all very clear, Stine.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay. So if there are no questions, we can end it here. Stine will send you all the information about Alamo agent as well. Stine, maybe you can talk about that.
About them?
The Alamo agent is just a login that they can request.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if they're not.
We can send more information about the login they can request for Alamo and for camper rental, just an agent account, and whenever they make a request, they can get the agent commission with us.
Okay, excellent. Maybe just to end and to let you know, if you're curious to see how a camper looks like, we are working on having a camper on site on our American workshop on October the 14th. So it will be in Brussels in Rood Harden. It isn't confirmed yet, but I'm pretty convinced that we managed to do that. So another reason to come to the American workshop on the 14th of October. And for those who didn't have the time or who want a recap of this webinar, it is recorded and it will be sent out with the next newsletter of Visit USA Belgium Luxembourg. Okay, Stine, I want to thank you a lot for hosting the webinar today.
Yes,
thank you so much. And then for everybody, just have a very, very nice summer holiday. And then we will hopefully see each other on our next webinar in September.
Thank you so much for hosting me. Have a good day.
Thanks, Stine. Bye.
Bye-bye.